like that plan? Okay. He's only 15. He's been named the region's best by the Caribbean Examinations Council. Kyle Pratt, we told you yesterday morning in our Hot Topics, placed first in the math exam in the region. He's joined by his mom, Christine Pratt. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
Kyle, I have to start with you. Sir, congratulations, first and foremost. What does that feel as somebody who could not pass the subjects? I just want to know what it feels like.
Well, it's a great feeling. It's hard to explain. Sometimes I find it hard to come to terms that it's the entire Caribbean, like it's a lot of persons. So it's definitely an honor, and I'm just really happy for the opportunity.
Is it a surprise given how well you've been doing in math over the years?
Well, I definitely expected to do well on the exam, that I could maybe get a placement, but first was definitely not expected. I'm just really thankful for that.
But Kyle, I heard a lot of uproar about this CSEC math exam, and that it was hard, ridiculously hard. Lots of people were complaining. There are lots of media stories about it. Obviously, there was no challenge for you.
Well, when I came out of the exam, I actually had a lot of persons saying, oh, that paper was hard. And then they'd come to me and they'd say, oh, but it was easy for you, don't it, Kyle? And I was like, it wasn't an easy paper. I know it was definitely a hard paper. It's just that I don't think I had as much challenge with it as other people have. And sometimes I feel like they exaggerate it a little bit, but
sir,
you know, I just didn't try.
No, sir. Sir, I would like to tell you that you're uber special. Clearly, he's born with some kind of math genome, mommy. You saw it early. He's been demonstrating it early. It's interesting. You're an English teacher.
Yes.
And you have a son who's a math whiz. He was 14 when he sat the exam.
15.
He was 15 when he sat the exam. Okay,
he's
so
now
this
16.
And he's now 16.
Yes.
But Kyle has been seeing Matthew say in everything around him since he was young. So tell us about that.
Well, from an early stage, from in prep school, even early in early childhood education, he was always a math person, and he enjoyed the math. That was his pet subject. Anything else but math was it for him. And it was channeled. He had very good teachers who influenced him in that area.
So was at Holy Childhood Prep?
He was at Holy Childhood Prep first, and then we transferred him to St. Andrew Prep, where he was given the opportunity to really excel in math. And I think he was just born with it. And Dad is a math genius as well.
Okay, so it's a DNA thing. Gotcha,
yes, so
gotcha.
I have two children, him and his sister Gabrielle, and they are both math persons.
Wow.
Both of them enjoy the math.
Mommy,
so
how do
math,
they do in English?
English, they do well.
Okay.
They do well, but math is their thing, both of them. So he does add math now. She's doing pure math. Who gets 100 in pure math?
And this is his mother talking, it's not me asking, because I usually ask that question, but it's not difficult for you at all?
I don't, CSEC math, I don't find that much challenge in regular CSEC math, but add math, I really started to develop an appreciation for that as I see some challenges and some things that I know I can't understand, like calculus, but I enjoy taking on the challenge and being able to learn and understand what's really happening.
Yeah, so you could relate to math from an early age. Mommy says you saw math in everything around. Did you used to go around the house like counting stuff? And
well,
how was that, man? Did you want to manage your money at the supermarket? I mean,
oh yes.
See that?
Yes.
Seriously?
He manages money very well.
Well, that's good for you, Mommy.
Yes.
So, you know, any day you feel like you want to just rest a little bit, given that sir is going to medical engineering.
Yes.
But we'll get to that. As a grade 4 student, Kyle, you beat your 7th grade schoolmates in a math competition to take the title. And then, while you were at Campion, you won the University of the West Indies sponsored Math Olympiad as a first former.
yes.
And then you did it again the following year, just for good measure, just in case people thought it was a coincidence. And then you represented Jamaica in the Central American Math Olympiad, where you got an honorable mention.
Yes.
Tell us where you're going with this math thing. I mentioned it earlier, but where do you see yourself in this space? Where will math take you?
Will math take me? Well, in my chosen career path, I'm sure that math will be an asset and it will definitely help me. As far as maybe in the short term, I see myself going to more Olympiads, you know, and just trying to do well for my country in the subject that I'm good at.
And so your chosen career path is medical engineer.
Biomedical engineer.
Okay, for those of us who have no idea what that means, can you say that in English?
Well,
as per Mommy's instruction.
okay, well, basically, what they do is that they take your body, that's the biomedical part, and then they engineer special things. So, for example, there is a pill that you can take. For those people that are afraid of injections, it's a pill that you can take and it will go into your body and it will deliver the injection from the inside. And then it's made of sugars, so it will just dissolve. So it'll be a biomedical engineer that will create that kind of stuff and those kind of advancements in technology that can help your body.
Yeah, I love that field. Anything that make me don't get sick is good for me.
And his aspiration to further that in education is to go to MIT.
Yes.
Oh, I see that happening though. This guy looks like scholarship material, if you ask me. But Kyle, you're talking about representing Jamaica in the Olympiads, which is good, but where do you find the time to do chess and karate, please? Representing Jamaica at Carifto?
Well,
how many hours are in your day?
24,
Okay,
just like everyone else. Yeah.
just checking, just checking.
But when you love something, you find time for it. And those are all things that I love. I don't do something I wouldn't like. So when I find something I like, I make time for it.
You pour yourself into it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I hear you're also very family-oriented. So you find time for them too.
Of course.
Yeah. Mommy is a delicate balance, but he obviously is very good at it.
Yes.
And very early.
Yes,
Yeah.
from an early stage.
But an indication of his future, eh?
Yes.
You must feel very proud when
Very proud of him.
Yeah. What is your greatest wish for him?
To succeed at whatever he wants to do and to be able to give back in a meaningful way to society and to his country. Yeah. We are proud of him and we want what he wants for himself.
Love that. But you started to give back already, so you're holding him. You do math classes, I understand?
Yes.
Around exam time, your house is full of people?
My friends.
Yeah. What about, so these are your colleagues or your compeers, but what about like younger folks? Do you help to tutor in the younger age group as well, or not yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
But we are working on that.
Sure you
Because we want him to be able to give back to our church community as well. And so we are working on trying to get him to start something like that. And the younger ones usually gravitate towards him.
Yeah.
So
I can see why. And you're a sub-prefect as well. I don't know if there's another title that is free for
and
Kyle
he
to
does.
take on. But
He also does basketball at school to add to all the
there is
extracurricular
no more,
activities.
Mommy. I don't believe you. Can't be anymore. Boy, so you're in what form now? You're
Fifth form.
Fifth form. So how many subjects are you sitting this year?
9.
10?
9.
Oh, 9, just 9.
Just 9, just
Okay.
9.
19. Well,
The
you don't have
10th
the
one is
math
under the
already.
belt already.
I'm sure. Well, the math is there already, so you have 9 more to go. You're going to have a bright future, young man. Mommy, you've obviously done a good job with him, yourself and Daddy. And your sister's name again?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, good morning to you. And your husband's name?
Henry.
Hello, Sir Henry. Good job in raising a wonderful young man. I tell you, we need a lot more of our youngsters stepping up and doing well. Not everybody can be a Kyle, but just giving of their best selves so that,
Yes.
our future can look a little brighter.
Yes.
So thank you, sir, for being that shining example.
And thank
And
you.
we wish you all the very best as you move on. And when you get your results for CSEC and you're top in the region, you're going to come back and sit on this couch, right?
Hopefully.
And maybe you can bring Daddy with you this time, and we can get to
Yes.
meet Gabrielle as well.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mommy.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it. Thank you,
much.
Kyle. Have a great day at school. CSEC's best performer in the region for math scholar from Campion College. I see Garfield Grandison and Terry Carell Reed and Patria K. Aarons now screaming, ready strong, and hail Campion, hail. Kyle Pratt here with his mom, Christine Pratt. Okay, so this was a great prelude to our next segment. It is Youth Month, and we are talking about empowering Jamaica's youth, right after this break.